Hey guys, Josh Roof with Golden Ratio Content here, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about what I consider some of the greatest writing advice out there from Stephan King, Jane Austen, and George Orwell. So let's go ahead and kick it off here with some advice from Stephan King, who says, when you write a story, you're telling yourself the story. When you rewrite, your main job is taking out all the things that are not the story. Your stuff starts out just being for you, or being just for you, but then it goes out. He also advises to read and write a lot. A lot. About that he says, you don't need writing classes or seminars any more than you need this or any other book on writing. Faulkner learned his trade while working in the Oxford, Mississippi post office. Other writers have learned the basics while serving in the Navy, working in steel mills, oh my gosh, steel mills, or doing time in America's finer crossbar hotels. I learned the most valuable and commercial part of my life's work while washing motel sheets and restaurants' tablecloths at the New Franklin Laundry in Bangor. You learn the best by reading a lot and writing a lot, and the most valuable lessons of all are the ones you teach yourself. Next up, we have George Orwell. George Orwell is one of my all-time favorite authors, and this is what he brings to the table. He says, a scrupulous writer, in every sentence that he writes, will ask himself at least 4 questions, thus: 1. What am I trying to say? 2. What words will express it? 3. What image or idiom will make it clearer? And 4. Is this image fresh enough to have an effect? He goes on to say, and he will probably ask himself 2 more. 1, could I have put it more shortly? And 2, have I said anything that is avoidably ugly? He goes on to say even more. One can often be in doubt about the effect of a word or phrase, and one needs rules that one can rely on when instinct fails. I think the following rules will cover most cases. And these rules are absolutely amazing. I would take notes. I'm going to add them in the description below. The first rule is never use a metaphor, simile, or other figure of speech which you are used to seeing in print. Number 2, never use a long word where a short one will do. Number 3, if it is possible to cut a word out, always cut it out. Number 4, never use the passive where you can use the active. Number 5, never use a foreign phrase, a scientific word, or a jargon word if you can think of an everyday English equivalent. Number 6, break any of these rules sooner than say anything outright barbarous. I'll say that again because I jacked it up. Number 6 is break any of these rules sooner than say anything outright barbarous. Barbarous. Now, the last writer I'm very happy to have found advice from is Jane Austen. In her letters to various members of her family, she writes the following jewels of writing wisdom. She says, there are a few typical errors. A said he or a said she. Oh, this is about Pride and Prejudice, if I remember correctly. A said he or a said she would sometimes make the dialogue more immediately clear. But I do not write for such dull elves as have not a great deal of ingenuity themselves. Basically, she's saying that she writes for smart people who can figure it out. Here's her thoughts on the use of slang. Devereux Forester's being ruined by his vanity is extremely good, but I wish you would not let him plunge into a, quote, vortex of dissipation. It is such thorough novel slang, she says, and so old that I dare say Adam met with it in the first novel he opened. So basically what she's saying there is don't use slang, don't use cliches, don't use slang. It's poor writing. And one other piece of writing advice that I'd like to add in here that I honestly completely forgot to add in my notes is Ernest Hemingway. He says, write the truest sentence that you know. He was absolutely devoted to writing the truth and nothing but the truth. And basically all of his novels, all of his short stories, all of the writing that he did was from personal experience. And so that was the truth that he wrote. And I don't know if anything's helped me more than that advice, is writing what is truest to me, what I can empathize with most, what I've gone through, what I've, the feelings I've felt, the thoughts I've thought, so on and so forth. Basically, the reason why I think this is the best writing advice I can offer, I guess I didn't really offer it, it's from Ernest Hemingway, but I think that's the best writing advice that I've ever heard, because a lot of people try to write about things that they don't understand, that they don't know about, and it comes across as fake because it's made up. So I think at very least when you're first starting off, the best thing that you could possibly do is stay true to yourself, be yourself, find your unique voice, because everybody has a unique voice that they talk in, that they speak in, and that they can write in. And writing the truest things that you know, that is by far the best advice out there. That's all I've got for you today. I hope that helped you out a little bit. If you have any awesome advice of your own, please leave it below in the comments. I don't know why I'm looking over my shoulder. It's down there. Yeah, if you learned something or you like this video, please like or subscribe below, and comments are always welcome as well. Okay, bye.